YouTube friends and vinyl community and fellow music lovers. It's Stephanie. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. So on today's video, I'm going to be going through my record collection. I'm doing a purge of the records I don't want anymore. I've recently moved. I just went back to my storage unit that I have and grabbed a new stack of records, and so I brought them back to my place and I'm going through them with you. Not even sure what's in here, and so I'm just going to kind of go through this, tell you about the ones that I know about. Part of the reason why I'm doing this is because I know a lot of you are really knowledgeable about music, so if I'm going to be getting rid of something that's particularly valuable, I don't want to. Most of my stuff isn't. I picked it up usually pretty cheap, but you never know. So let's start with this first one. This is, I know I'm going to keep this one. This is Cheap Trick, one-on-one. And this was produced by Roy Thomas Baker, and it's from 1982, an epic release. It has the great song, one of my favorite songs on here is She's Tight, and Love's Got a Hold on Me, and I Want You, one-on-one, If You Want My Love, and Ooh La La. Love Cheap Trick. It's a very cool one, so I know I'm going to keep this one for sure. Next, I don't have a lot of new records, and I've said that a lot in my videos, but I do have a few new ones in this stack here that I picked up at record shops. This one is the Eagles' Greatest Hits Volumes 1 and 2. And this has their greatest hits from 1971 to 1975. And then Greatest Hits Volume 2. So this one, side 1 has Take It Easy, Witchy Woman, Lion Eyes, Already Gone, Desperado. Side 2 has One of These Nights. I love that song. Tequila Sunrise, Take It to the Limit, Peaceful Easy Feeling, and Best of My Love. I like that one. Side 1, Hotel California. I could live without hearing that song again. Heartache Tonight, I really love that one. Seven Bridges Road, Victim of Love, and The Sad Cafe. Side 2, Life in the Fast Lane, that's great. You can hear that on the Fast Times at Ridgemont High soundtrack. I can't tell you why, I really like that one. New Kid in Town, like that one too. In the Long Run, really love that one. And After the Thrill Is Gone. So this is a really great comp here. And Eagles' Greatest Hits. Okay, so next, this is kind of a funky one. This is the Brothers, and it's called Push. And so they look like a boy band, but I don't even remember listening to this. I'm not sure how I got it. Might have been a freebie, but if anyone knows anything about this, let me know. But I'm most likely getting rid of that, so that's going to be in the to-go pile. This one is a album called The Call, Reconciled. And just so you know, I just picked this up. This is the Golden Girls calendar for 2025, and I'm not sure how they got into my stack. I think I might have just bought this, but just kind of random and funny. But I'm going to put that aside. That's a keeper. But so this is the Call Reconciled, and this has I Still Believe great design, and that song is so great. It's really most famous, I think, for being in the Lost Boys soundtrack, recorded by and sung by Tim Capello, the sexy sax man. And you can see that scene where they're at the Santa Cruz Boardwalk and Tim Capello's playing the cover of the song. But the Calls version is just as good. I like both versions. They're both very different, but all, excellent song. The Call's pretty awesome. This one has also, so Everywhere I Go, I Still Believe, Blood Red, The Morning, Oklahoma, With or Without Reason, Sanctuary, Tone the Old Place Down, and Even Now. And yes, this is a really amazing album, and The Call, pretty cool band. So I love the cover of this album, by the way, the baby, which looks to be in the doctor's handbag, medicine bag, and like the way the photography is with, I think they call it sepia with that little pink hue on there. Very cool album cover. The next one I'm going to show you tonight is a band called the Twins, and this is kind of early 80s new wave music, and this is Passion Factory, and this is kind of obscure early 80s new wave rock music, and it has great song titles like X-Ray Eyes, Satellite City, Runaway, Electric Bats, The Desert Plates, Night Lights and Shadows, Wet Season, and Synthetic World. And so if anyone knows anything about this, let me know. I've listened to it, and it's like not one of my favorites, but it's cool, so I'm gonna keep it. I love these obscure 80s albums, and as you can see, I bought this for $2.50 at a record shop called Cheap Thrills. And you know, I bet Stephen Schmee, the CD guy, knows about this band because he knows a lot about obscure bands. So if you know anything about this, Stephen, let me know in the comments section. Next up is Poison, Open Up and Say Ah. And this isn't an original copy, but you know, doesn't need to be. This one has Nothing But a Good Time and Every Rose Has Its Thorn on it. I like Poison. I like this era of music. I like they're kind of a glam rock revival band. And, you know, Poison, Guns N' Roses, Motley Crue. I like all that stuff. Very good. So keeping that. Next up, this is a new album. This is has 2 LPs in it. Experience Hendrix, The Best of Jimi Hendrix. Such a sexy cover here. It's just a beautiful cover. It still didn't shrink. This one has on side 1, Purple Haze, Fire, The Wind Cries Mary, Hey Joe, All Along the Watchtower. Side 2 has Stone Free, Cross Traffic, Manic Depression, Little Wing, If 6 Was 9. Side 3 has Foxey Lady and Bold as Love, Castles Made of Sand, Red House, Voodoo Child, Slight Return. And side 4 has Freedom, Nightbird, Flying Angel, Dolly Dagger, Star Spangled Banner. And so yes, keeping this one. Good old Jimi Hendrix. Next one up is a band called The Art of Noise, and this is called Who's Afraid of the Art of Noise? And it says, The Art of Noise present beatbox and moments in love in the art of noise. And I specifically picked up this album for $1.98 for the song called Close to the Edit, which I thought I heard it on alternative radio and decided to pick this album up. And it's a great song. And yeah, I have a few albums from this band. They're kind of experimental, early 80s music. And this one in particular is from 1984. And so I'm going to keep this one. I like them. I like early 80s electronic music, obviously. This next one is what I would consider to be rock and roll slash glam slash goth music. This is Gene Loves Jezebel. This is The Motion of Love, and this is a limited edition. It has The Motion of Love, A Fresh Slice, Bugs, Bruises, Vagabond, and I really love this band. I've seen them play so many times. This is probably one of the only albums I don't have signed by this band. But yes, uber fan of this band. And so keeping that. This is a band called Poly Rock, and I don't know too much about this album, but there's another song that they do. I can't remember what the name of the song is, but I really liked it. This release is from 1980, and they're kind of like alternative early 80s, kind of like jangle pop-ish, but not quite. They have a really unique sound, and so I really like them. And yes, Poly Rock, keeping that one. Next, one of my very top favorites, The Lord's New Church. And this is the Method to Our Madness. And this features Steve Bader, some of them call him, and Brian James, who was in The Damned. And I just absolutely love this band. They're a great rock band. They do they're kind of a crossover rock, garage rock, goth rock. They encompass all types of those different genres. And this is from the forthcoming album, The Method to Our Madness. And yes, they're super cool. Really love these guys. So keeping that. Next, Patti Smith. And this is the Patti Smith group with Easter. I can see this one's got a little cutout on it. This one features Space Monkey and Because the Night. And so yeah, definitely keeping this one. And I always noticed this particular guy here on this album. And of course, you know, Patti Smith, and she's super cool. So keeping that. Next, you know, this is a Total Devo. This has Disco Dancer, the 7-inch version, the 12-inch version, and bonus beats. And this isn't like, I'm a really big Devo fan, but this one isn't one of my favorites, but I'm gonna keep it because it's Devo. And so, yes, keeping this one. Okay, here's finally one I'm not keeping, and no offense to John Denver and the Muppets, but this is a great cover, and it's so cute, and it's got all the great characters. It's very nostalgic and everything, but really, honestly, I mean, it's just kind of eye candy to me. I'm not going to put it on and play it realistically. So that one's going to go. And so far I've gotten rid of two. This one is a Big Time Records, 11 Rockets, Ball of Confusion, and also All in My Mind. Love and Rockets. So keeping this one. Next, David Bowie. I think I might have shown this one to you guys before. Blue Jean, David Bowie. This also has the special bonus dance dub mix of Dancing with the Big Boys. But I absolutely love Blue Jean, so I'm keeping that. And then I just showed this one on my live stream. This is Altered Images. This is one of like my favorite new wave albums, Pinky Blue. Almost every song on this album is really great, and I love the singer, and she's just got a really great fun, youthful voice, and it's kind of like a juxtaposition of her voice and the music, because this album's very light and dark. It almost kind of like The Cure is kind of light and dark. This album kind of reminds me of that. So definitely keeping that. Oh, and so if you haven't heard of this album, my recommended picks for this album are See Those Eyes and Funny Funny Me and I Could Be Happy. There's, I mean, a lot of great songs in here, but if you are into this kind of thing, definitely check that album out. Here's a new album that I purchased. I'm a big Fleetwood Mac fan. This is Fleetwood Mac Mirage, and I'm keeping this one. And so I think I bought this album for the song Hold Me. Probably my favorite song on the album. It's just one of those albums I would hit on repeat and listen to. Gypsy's on here, Only Over You, That's Alright, Book of Love, Love and Stone, Can't Go Back. And so yeah, I just absolutely love this album cover with all the three of them on there. I think it's just great. And last but not least, this is Romeo Void, Never Say Never. This is owned by CLS, and this is an old ass copy. And I love my old ass copies of records, and I would never give this one up. This is 1981 Talk Dirty Music BMI, and this one has Never Say Never. In the Dark is really good. Present Tense is a really great song, and Not Safe. And they are just an amazing band. They're so good. I mean, they're new wave. They've got horns in there. We got saxophone in here, drums, bass, vocals, and guitar. Pretty typical, but they just do it a little bit differently. Their singer, Deborah, she's just got a really great voice. And I think they're just a really good team and totally underrated band, Romeo Void. So, and they don't ever get enough love in the vinyl community. And so there you have it. I've decided to get rid of 2 and keep the rest. And let me know if you know any cool facts about any of these albums that I've shared. And until then, I will see you next time with another video. And I hope you guys all have a great evening and a great rest of the weekend. And I will see you soon. Bye.